Well, welcome back to From the Ashes Shorts, but only in name. You guys, I've been telling you this for weeks now. Chances are after this, it will be switching to the tier lists, but for the sake of the artwork already done, it's the shorts. So we are diving right into it with episode 8 of our wonderful tier list that we've been doing through Ben 10. And I tell you what, we've got some major upsets, some not so upsets and whatnot. But to explain more to you about this, I've got my friends Grim and Arson here. How you guys doing?
It's been so
Doing
long.
pretty good.
I feel a little alienated.
Haha, I see what you did there.
Psh.
Well, on that note, let Arson start us off by going through our wonderful tier list as of this far. And yeah, start whenever you're ready.
In S tier, we have Diamond Head, Cannonbolt, Wrath, Swampfire, Accelerate, Upgrade, Heat Blast, Big Chill, Feedback, Humongousaur, Ultimate Swampfire, and NRG, the armored version. Don't correct me, I know what I'm doing. And in A tier, we have Forearms, Ultimate Humongousaur, NRG without the armor, Ripjaws, both Upchucks, Goop, and Grey Matter. In B tier, we have Brainstorm, Gravitack, Ultimate Cannonbolt, Shock Squatch, Wild Mutt, Spider Monkey, Ball Weevil, Blocks, Wild Vine, why did I freaking get a brain attack?
You want some help?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna ask Grim.
Prism Man!
Chromastone.
I'm just, Chromastone.
Chromastone.
Amphibian, and in C tier, we have Lodestar, Echo, Jet Ray. Ah, jeez, I don't know what that one is.
Dinosaur flying man.
Astro
Grim
Peak.
Astrodactyl, Mustache, Stinkfly, Kickin' Hawk, Nanomech, Ultimate Spider Monkey, Water Hazard, Pesky Dust, and Ultimate Big Chill. And the losers in D tier, Crash Hopper, the worst. Fish with legs.
Fish.
Fish with
I
legs.
forgot what his name was again.
Walkatrout.
Walkatrout.
Wow.
Yeah. Spitter.
Mr. Ugly.
Yeah, Ugly.
Guy that goes.
Go pick Chameleon and Ultimate.
Disappointment.
I think we're good.
Ultimate disappointment.
I want to let you know I've kind of been in a lack of sleep and I have no calories, nothing whatsoever. I haven't even drinking water at all today, so I'm kind of just like, I'm doing pretty good, man.
I mean, you had time for Marvel Rivals. So
Gotta stay on the grind, man.
all right, well,
life is more important than your self-health.
Well, on that note, let's get ready to talk about our next list. All right, guys, so let's start it off with the little green battery. Do you want to take a shot at this one?
Yep, we definitely won't discuss the slight delay there probably was in the audio. Like a gap, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. It seems pretty seamless to me.
Pretty good
Buzz Shock
transitioning.
is... How he is...
A battery?
He's like the you know the gremlins? How like mischievous they are. This is basically them, but in alien form.
Yeah.
They go around, they terrorize. They don't kill, unless you tick them off. They duplicate for one.
Yeah,
they
do.
Clone themselves as well, but that's something that Ben doesn't really use. Superconductive, basically almost the same power set as Amphibian, where they can travel through electronics, power lines, anything electric is fair game. They're just like little megawatts.
Yeah.
They're extremely annoying, but they also got a bit of a heart in there, in the sense that they were grateful towards Ben when him and Rook rescued them from what was his name, Fistrick,
Yeah.
from using them as a power supply, and then they willingly used themselves as a power supply to power up Undertown, which was honestly really sweet of them.
Gives them purpose though. To be
Yeah,
honest.
aside from just chilling out and powering things, like they can be pretty disruptive, which luckily they aren't, because now they're a power supply and they don't really mind, which is cool. As an alien though, he's unique and pretty neat. A lot of people just run of the mill electric alien, which yes, there are a lot. But when it comes to Buzzshock, he is one. He does have a bit of history with the show, considering he showed up in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and his power set is honestly pretty neat. I do like his design as well. It's pretty adorably stupid.
It
Not
is
as
so
not as
good.
adorable as most aliens, but he's a fun little alien to have around.
Yeah.
Again, Ben doesn't use them nearly as much as he should in the electronic department. He'd rather use feedback for that. But he is cool. And he's one of the originals as well. People tend to just kind of overlook that fact because they had more prominence in Omniverse, but yeah, who's keeping score? And they barely showed up at all in Ultimate Alien Force, but
Well, it seems like him Ben using them, like you said, was far and few between. And to be honest, like we got to witness it's his brethren more than him. You know what I mean? So like they were more prominent throughout Omniverse, obviously, and other aspects of the series. But the more I know about him is through the mischievousness that ensued from the others. So and then of course, like you said, when they saved him, they're actually doing something of worth for the most part. They're powering Undertown and doing a good job of it.
they're just chilling.
Yeah.
They're cool little guys, unless you tick them off. But
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, he does have a cool design. I like it. I mean, he just looks like a battery. Like to me,
that's really what he is. He's just like a big old plug on his head.
a big double A. Like, okay. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat the way that they did that, and I really do enjoy this character. Now, would I rank him high? I don't know, because as you said, he
Barely
he
used him.
right, but he is an OG.
He is an OG, and he was used in the original series, just not by Ben. I think it was used by his son. Kenny, not Kenny. I forgot what his name was. Kenny was the name of Kevin's son. But forgot what Ben's son's name was. But I think he did use Buzzshock, or maybe Ben did use him.
No, it was his kid. Also, I think his kid's name was Ken. I'm pretty sure it was Ken. Cause what was it? Wasn't it the same scene that Spitter was in? Didn't Ben use Spitter and then Kenny used Buzzshock to shock Spitter's like juices? Didn't he shock Vilgax?
No idea. I kind of forgot. I'll have to get back to you on that. But like, he was used in the original series. Aside from that, though, like he's just kind of around. What the heck was that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I heard background noise. That's all I heard.
I heard it too. I got no idea what that was.
Well, anywho,
It's Buzzshock. He's tampering with our electronics.
yeah, stupid.
That little rascal.
He's afraid of a low rank.
Yeah, he's. But I like Buzzshock. I think he plays up the being being a little scamp pretty well. He looks silly. He's charming. But I feel like he's remember when we did the first episode and I said that Heat Blast felt like a really good blueprint for feedback. That's how I feel with Buzzshock. I feel like Buzzshock was a blueprint for what feedback eventually became, right? Um, Obviously they're fairly different, but like I feel like you can still see, you know,
Mhm.
the groundwork, Um, as an alien, it is just a matter of like he just didn't really get much to do, didn't have a lot of screen time and all that, which I feel like he definitely deserved a little more because I quite like him. I like his design. I like his personality. He's charming. Um, but I don't know.
When we,
He
when we get that Ben 10 in space, maybe we'll actually get more of him, you know.
Unfortunately, never will.
Yeah, I know, but I can hope.
A man can dream.
All right, so with all that said, anybody else got anything else, or we ready for the placement? It's a difficult one for me, but I think I've got a good spot.
I'll give him a win. He goes above Kickin' Hawk.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking the same exact thing.
Though.
I really was. All right, so what about you, Grim? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
He Yeah, I like him. I feel like he's really charming. It's just a matter of he just didn't get to do enough,
Yeah.
It's the curse of the fun aliens.
Yeah. So he's mid C tier, right above Kickin' Hawk, which is really hilarious because I was sitting there debating, would I want him before or after? And I was like, no, I like him more than Kickin' Hawk. So I like that species, that character. So they are freaking menacing as can be. But all right, there you go. C tier it is. And so who's next on our list?
Cool, dude.
Oh. Artiguana. So, Grim, why don't you open up?
I freaking love Artiguana. And I'm so sad that such a cool, pun intended, concept. This might sound crazy. I'm so sad that such a cool concept got overtaken by Big Chill. I like Big Chill, but if Artiguana was in the series instead of him, easily would have became my favorite ice alien. I love his design so much. I love the pun in his name. He's so cool. I don't feel nearly as strong for him as I do with Ripjaw, even though they have the same similar problem where like they're both kind of one note and they just don't get a whole lot of screen time. But like I really wish he had more, man. Cause I love the design. Ice is always a cool power.
I don't know. Fire's pretty cool. Sorry. But I agree with you. Artiguana was a really good alien. I enjoyed him. I don't, and I think Big Chill did overshadow him, to be honest. You're not wrong.
By leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
It didn't help that Arctiguana was in the original series, but he was a 10,000 alien, so it wouldn't have made sense for a Kid Ben to use him back then, so...
That's fair enough, too. He's still cool.
Very impressive that he froze Vilgax completely. And he never broke out either. Granted, he was like in a body of water, but still, Arctiguana froze that entire body of water with Vilgax in it, and he didn't break out. So that was
in a span of a second too.
Good stuff, man.
He's got pretty heavy powers.
That was also the first alien that Ben 10,000 named as well, because he was in his whole Sirius arc, and when Ben snapped him out of it, he's like, I don't call them, I don't know, Absolute Zero, and he's like, Ben's like, lame, how about Arctiguana? He's like, cool.
Absolute
So yeah,
zero.
that would technically be the first Ben 10,000 alien named,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. He has that little neatness attached to him. I love that he appeared back in Omniverse. It was a pleasant surprise seeing him again. Also
Wasn't for
cool to
very
see
long, but
yeah, it wasn't for very long, but it was cool to see some of his power set utilized.
Mhm.
He also has an ultimate form, which
He
Albedo uses, but Ben doesn't use himself.
Yeah.
The design is a little bit hit or miss, kind of a miss for me,
I
but
don't like
doesn't
it.
take away from the fact that he got an ultimate form.
Yeah.
Also, completely neglected the fact that Wrath also does have an ultimate form as well.
Oh, yeah, that's
Uh,
right.
yeah, Albedo uses them. He really just makes Wrath look like freaking Kraven the Hunter, but
Yeah. Yeah, but
yeah, Wrath also has an ultimate form as well, like Arctiguana.
I'm sorry.
So
I
does
feel like Wrath
Gravitak.
has his own ultimate form. Like,
Wrath doesn't need an
that
ultimate form. I feel like that was just that
yeah,
was just a pile on the overkill that
right.
Albedo really wanted to kill Asmith.
Yeah, he was his own ultimate form. I'm just saying, like, I don't even nope, don't even. Anyways, Wrath is sitting up there like at the top of the list almost. So
Or like yeah, back to
yeah.
Arctiguana, like extremely awesome, neat, nice design, bulky arms. He feels like he could like smack you like 50 feet away if he wanted to.
yeah,
Uh,
he's got the
just
Popeye arm.
really awesome design in general. Like I love like all the aesthetics. I haven't seen like a single design of his that I didn't like except the ultimate form.
Yeah,
But like really nice alien. Wish we
On
saw more, man.
yeah.
honestly, this might be one of the very rare instances where I might like the Omniverse design more than the original. I
Omniverse did
I like
improve on
them
a lot of the
both.
designs. Look,
I
it's
like them
okay
both.
when even the reboot improves on some designs, but like the art
Oh
style
yeah,
kills it a
Bite
bit.
your tongue.
yeah. I was
Bite your
I was
own
gonna
tongue.
well, I was gonna say the reboot designs, they've got some solid ones. It's just that the art style doesn't help it.
Yeah.
But
I'll put that on my to
man,
watch list right after. Yeah,
Never.
never.
right after One Piece.
I was gonna say The Walking Dead or something like that, but
50 seasons.
right after the 50 Shades of Grey movies.
Well,
So
on to the ranking then.
yeah, so where would you guys put him? You
It
gotta take in
hurts.
account that he is not very, you know, active in the series. Like he's got a few moments, but that's and those are powerful moments. He's a very powerful alien, and I love his design. But
I like him a lot, but the competition is stacked heavy against him
yeah,
when you got freaking Echo and Jet
I'll
Ray
give him
right there.
yeah,
I'll give him this. Even though he doesn't do a whole lot, he's still pretty memorable. He has what? Like maybe like 3 scenes that
hmm
like you can really remember him for. But like if you hear Artiguana, your mind immediately snaps to those. Like
yeah.
he is a memorable alien. The problem is it wasn't used enough. So I feel like that has to give him some sort of credence.
I agree. It for me, and I also agree with Arson about that. Like the put him above Echo and Jet Ray is kind of difficult for me. But if they weren't where they are, I would say probably mid to low B for him. Um, but for
I'd
that,
say he's above. I'd say he's above Mustache.
I see. I was gonna say behind Mustache.
Look, I can see it, but like I love Arctiguana a lot, and I do feel like if Stinkfly wasn't a thing, I feel like Arctiguana would have been a wonderful replacement for him. I
Oh
could have
yeah,
seen it.
for sure.
I could definitely see Arctiguana being part of the core 10 instead of Stinkfly. Like if Stinkfly didn't exist, understandably so because we needed a flyer alien, but like man, I would have loved to see Arctiguana part of the core 10.
The only problem with the core 10 is
Mhm.
you'd have two, freezer boys. So, you know,
Yes.
that would be the only thing that would be an issue. All right, so Grim, what do you say? Do you agree with that? Above or below Mustache, or where do you think?
I was actually thinking above Aerodactyl.
Really?
Yeah, because I like the only thing that really keeps Aerodactyl as high as he is for me is the fact that he is a pretty
I
well designed alien dinosaur,
was gonna
right?
say he's a dinosaur. Yes.
But
That's.
Arctic iguana, he feels like an iguana shark, almost like Godzilla type monster
Mm-hmm.
alien, right? And I really like that a lot.
It's Shimo.
All right, so
Kinda,
that's what you say then, huh? So above,
yeah.
Arson says below, and I say below. So, in all honesty, with you having him here, me having him here, and Arson having him here, he would go right here. I mean, so he would go above Mustache.
I also
Yeah.
I do like that. I like again. It's like one of those things where like I like his original voice, but like the Omniverse one is like Jamaican, right?
Oh yeah,
What?
Yeah,
yeah.
they gave him like a Jamaican like accent for Arctic Iguana in Omniverse.
It was awesome. I did like that. I'm sorry, I don't care.
Say what you will about the accents, man. They really did give some of the aliens a lot of life.
Mhm.
Interesting. I feel like Arctic Iguana could have been an easy S tier if he was used more. I fully agree. I fully agree that he should be in C tier, but I feel like he is so far the only C tier alien that could have been S tier if he was just used
That's
more.
debatable. That's
Okay. All right. Yeah, ignoring
debatable.
ignoring the two, the manta ray and the living sound shaped sound in the room, ignoring those two. He definitely could have been S.
I agree that he could have been S. I do. But if the roles were reversed and he was used more than his counterpart, he would have 100% been S. I think the roles would have been completely reversed on that.
That's
But
fair. That's fair.
If he was part of the core 10, sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Oh, tragic.
It is
But yeah,
tragic,
no.
but
That's fair.
so we move on to one of my favorites, and I know from what Arson said, I said that I was going to start off with this first, but it didn't make sense to start off with him first. But like, I love Drury Rig. Like, he is like one of my favorites. Like, I just can't help it. It's like he's like hopped up on PCP. Like, he's just great. I love how he could just destroy something in like a matter of seconds, take everything apart completely and rebuild, and it's just an amazing thing. I love Jury Rig, and there's nothing anybody else can say because he was used his fair amount of share. Wouldn't you all agree?
If my father was an alien, this would be it.
I'm just
Jerry
saying, man.
Rig is surprisingly effective as an alien,
Yeah,
which is shocking considering his more mythical look
looks like a
as an
goblin
imp.
or an
Yeah,
imp. Yeah,
impish goblin. Like he, goes around, tears things apart, puts them back together, tears more things apart, puts them back together. This guy has literally no other powers, no other feats aside from his magnificent engineering capabilities.
he doesn't need it anymore though. He's
It
just
doesn't help though that in his very first scene when he appeared in I think Ultimate Alien or something, I believe, I don't know, Ultimate Alien 4,
It-
somewhere in that,
yeah.
he was
yeah,
naked.
yeah.
He was naked for one. He didn't have any of the snazzy, costume or goggles that you see in Omniverse. He was
Omniverse. Yeah.
completely naked. Like the first thing that he does is just lose his mind and go under, like like freaking Kevin's foot and take apart the brakes for the car.
Oh my gosh, that was so
And
great.
nearly get them killed by getting run over by a semi.
Yep.
But
But
yeah, ever since then, when he does appear again, he surprisingly doesn't show too much. He shows a lot more restraint than he did initially. He doesn't immediately start taking apart people's cars or stuff like that. He's crafty. I do love him a lot. Like again, it's not like it's not one of those things where he could like punch the moon and crack it.
Mhm.
He can't. He doesn't really have that much durability either. I'm pretty sure one good, well placed hit, he's down. But he has a lot of charm.
Although we never really seen that though, if he could take that kind of damage.
I mean, granted, I'm pretty sure the few fight scenes he was in didn't last very long.
No, no, you're not wrong.
So
But
yeah, sure, he is by some accounts durable than the average human, maybe, but not so much.
yeah. Well, all I know is I love him. Like, I don't know if I could justify him putting him really, 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 really high, but I would. and I think I do. I can't because he really comes through every time he comes into play. Like he does what he's except for the taking the brakes apart. Yeah, we're not going to hold him accountable for that because that's the first change. And I mean, come on, look at some of their first changes. So
Yeah, well, I mean, for the Ultimate Alien Force era, they just loved all of the aliens basically being naked.
yeah. Well, I think his design in Omniverse was a little bit better.
It is. I know a lot of people, not a lot. Some people do prefer the more classic, naked, impish,
Mhm.
mischievous design, but like I don't mind the Omniverse. I think the problem that people had with the Omniverse is that um the unnecessary accessories that the Omnitrix can just make appear out of
Manifest.
nowhere. Yeah, manifest, and people are like, well, that's just kind of stupid. Even though it's probably well within the Omnitrix's capacity to just, give you the necessary
Yeah.
things someone needs. Like it's not like it hasn't been done before. Look at Goop's freaking anti-gravity little
Mhm.
UFO thing.
Yeah. Well,
But
correct me if I'm wrong, but do you remember? I can't remember the name of the guy, but where Ben actually hired this guy to help him out, and his ship would speak to him in a different language. Couldn't Jury Rig understand the ship, or is that another alien? You know what I'm talking
uh,
about?
I'm not sure. I know Julie kind of understood ship.
No, 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 not ship, but this guy's ship. The dude that was like really small. That like, oh, what the heck was his name? I can't think of it for nothing.
What do you want about, man?
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
Which was this in? Was this in
it's an
Alien Force?
omniverse. Omniverse. So, do you
Mm,
remember when they brought along this one guy that had a ship that took him, and the ship was special, and it would speak in this language that they didn't know. But I think it was when he turned into Jury Rig, he could actually understand the ship.
was the guy a duck? Was the owner
Yes,
of
yes,
the
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. I think so. I
Howard?
don't remember that episode completely.
Yeah,
But if he did turn into Jerry Rig, then I wouldn't put it past Jerry Rig that he can definitely understand
that technology. Yeah,
freaking technology language. I don't know.
yeah, because the duck, I can't remember the names of the duck. No, it's not Howard. That's from Marvel. But I
No, I
can't
know
think
I
of.
was making a pun.
Oh, okay. But I'm pretty sure like he was like surprised that he could even like understand the ship. And so it was like one of those things. I think it was him. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, so what are your thoughts, Grim, on Jury Rig?
I don't really like him. I don't really care for the whole take machinery apart, putting it back together. That just seems like a lesser to upgrade to me. I will say this. His design has a lot of charm. I love the goggles. I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
Um, but past that, I don't know. I just don't much care
Oh
for
man.
aliens like this. I don't think he's bad. I don't think
Mm.
he's bad, but I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a
Well,
fan.
you heard him, Phoenix. Put him above Astrodactyl.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you.
Nah, if I'm being completely honest, he isn't that special either. Again, you literally have upgrade. It kind of heck, you even have freaking gray matter, which Jerry Rig kind of beats him in the size competition, so he can definitely do a lot more. But that's still like gray matter can do a lot.
Maybe it was gray matter that
Especially
can
with
understand the ship. I think maybe it was gray matter.
I'm
like
sure.
it's not even gray matter. You also have brainstorm, which can just do things with his mind since he's telekinetic.
Yeah, but not that fast. Sorry.
I think that's the one benefit to Jerry Rig is that he might
He's
make
extremely
shoddy like stuff, but he does it fast.
It's not really shoddy. Some of them are.
Mhm.
If he's like, but like from what I remember, he can make things extremely good.
Yeah.
I think he made like a freaking blaster once, and it was really effective. I think he was the sole reason he like pimped out his bike. I think.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I don't know if I remember correctly, but like, yeah, what most of the other aliens don't have that Jerry Rig does is that he does things supernaturally fast,
Mm-hmm.
and they are in definitely good quality.
I just
The
love
thing
the
with
character.
upgrade,
He's got
the
so
thing
much
with
charm.
upgrade is like, oh, and speaking of upgrade, Ben 10,000 does have a fusion between Jerry Rig and upgrade, which is Jerry Rig.
Yeah. That would make it
Or
like S plus.
or Uprig, I think that was. Yeah, Uprig was his name.
I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
Jerry Rig's like body, but with like upgrades like
Look.
coating all around
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which I mean definitely makes sense.
Those two
Yeah,
combined would
yeah.
be like something special. Like for real.
I think I don't know if I'm remembering. Maybe I'm remembering terribly. I think they just built a spaceship or something.
Look,
Like,
the thing
that
is,
fast. I wouldn't put it past them. Like that's definitely within upgrade and Jerry Rig's
yeah.
capabilities.
Well, the thing is,
But
for
again,
me, is I just really like his character. I like the charm. I just like what he brings. Like he's so funny when he comes in and does his thing. Like
yeah.
like
Whereas upgrade feels a little bland
yeah,
sometimes.
upgrade is very
Yeah,
bland.
more robotic,
Yeah.
and stuff. The only thing it really has is like Ben's attitude and voice,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
since it is like something about the transformation that like it's the reason why it has Ben's voice and not like a unique voice for the alien.
Mm-hmm.
But with Jerry Rig, yeah, he's got a lot of crash. He's got so much like personality.
Yeah, he does. He's got
But
probably
it's
some of the
just
best
like
personality of all the aliens. I think one of them. I think he's got
it's
some
just
really good
like
ones.
it's not enough to propel him so high, you know.
I know. I would still like to put him at least in B. Like that would be great for me, but I don't know if we're gonna get there. Even if I do say B, like I think he should be at least behind Chromosome.
The chains of Echo Echo and Jet Ray drag any unfortunate alien down to their unfortunate
Yeah.
demise. Thanks to
But
Grim over there.
but
Sorry,
the
I
thing,
spoke the truth.
but the thing is,
Falsehood.
it's your truth. That's your truth. But the thing is I'm pretty sure I am gonna say where my placement is, and that's where I think he belongs. However, with your guys' placement, I'm sure it's gonna pull him down for sure. I don't know how far, but so all right. Graham, where do you placing?
I don't think I like him more than Nanomech. I would have to say I'd have to say Ultimate Spider. He's better than Ultimate Spider Monkey.
That is some criminal stuff.
I'm sorry.
It really is.
Gotta put him behind bars for that one, Chief.
Jeez, you just wait. Ultimate
I
Wild
don't.
Nut's not
I
gonna be
don't.
the worst.
Well, I don't-
Well,
I don't
like
think
him. I don't like him either. But I don't think he's worse than Nanomech.
Okay,
Wow.
okay. He can go above Nanomech, but I do think that Kick and Hawk is better. Like Nanomech, I can swap. That's fine. But I do think Kick and Hawk is objectively better. That's just me, though. That is just me.
All right, so Arson, what say you?
I would say he's above Nanomech.
Dang it, you guys. All right, so
Hawk has a bit more sauce, man.
hold on, let me look at this one. 2, 10. So
You're really rationing. You're trying to figure out a way to get him to a higher ranking. I understand
No.
how desperate the situation is.
Well,
but come
no,
on,
I'm
man.
trying to figure out where to place him because with you two being down here and me being up here, I've got to rationalize where to put him. I got to figure out, and because of the lower ranking, it's gonna go lower, but it's not gonna be here. It'll be more like, I would say, like Stinkfly, right above Stinkfly or below, maybe above,
Oh man, poor
because
Stinkfly.
I was just about to say poor Stinkfly, dude.
Stinkfly has been getting dogged this whole
Yeah.
freaking tier list,
This
man.
entire podcast.
I don't know how
man.
much longer I can stomach it.
yeah, that's about right where it would be, right where he would be. Unfortunately for me and for what you guys think, but at
The
least he's
pictures
not
line
above
up
Echo Echo.
perfectly as well, look at. If you could see the photos, Grim, like they would line up so perfectly. It's like Jerry Rig is laughing at Stinkfly's misery right there.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's like, anyway. All right,
That is
Skeletor. I'll get you, He-Man.
I'll get you
sorry.
next time, He-Man.
All right, so it is criminal
Oh,
that in
Grim,
my own.
Grim should start off with this one.
I agree. So Grim,
Yeah.
do you know who the next one is?
Your favorite of the Andromeda 5.
Dude, I can only glaze so hard. All right. Armadillo is he's one of my favorite aliens of all time. He's easily my favorite like alien's whole the alien where his whole shtick is super strength, right? Easily my favorite. He is so cool. I love Armadillo so much. I love the fact that like he creates earthquakes and like that's literally his gimmick. He just creates earthquakes and he drills, but his design fire. His voice fire. Everything about him is so cool. I love him so much. But I also understand that from what I've seen, a lot of people don't like him.
I think he goes below Ultimate Wild Mutt.
That's okay. Yeah. Yep.
Hey,
Dude.
you know, Arson, we can really screw him over on this. Okay, I'm just saying.
You could.
Dude. Well, I can't even go with you on this, Phoenix, because I love Armadillo as well. He's an awesome alien.
I mean, I can't do it either. I'm just doing it for the effect.
So cool. I love him so much. Like I want to put him in S tier. I really do, but I know that like I don't know, because if I were to put him in S tier, right? I genuinely think he's probably better than Accelerate. But that is a high bar. That is high.
No
That's
way.
a cosmic hurdle.
Yeah. And I fully understand that he's not getting there. I know for a fact he's not getting there. But like, man, he's so cool. He's my favorite super strength alien. His competition was Humongosaur, dude. Like, he's so cool. I love him so much.
I mean, he's not bad. I don't mind him at all. I like him.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, putting him in D tier was just kidding.
Yeah.
But if we were to do this quickly, I would put him probably above Goop. That's where I would put him.
He's definitely one of my favorites of the Andromeda 5. Like there's literally nothing more to him, but he drills and hits really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I also love that if he has multiple ways to travel too. He can go underground. He can also literally put his fists on the ground and like jackhammer leap.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is so cool. And he has a predator. He has a predator alien. I think it was the slamworm.
That thing was pretty wicked too.
And it was horrifying.
Yeah.
Like to think that thing could outpace Armadillo and actively hunt them down is something to think about. But like aside from that, like he is really good alien. Like, it also helps that in his debut episode, with I think his name was Andreas, like the original alien that Ben got the sample from. He took
Uh-huh.
down like an entire like freaking Forever Knight's castle, like an entire castle reduced to nothing.
I do remember that.
Like he has some ridiculous like versatility. It's good. Like compared to a lot of the brute aliens, like he has more options. Like I guess what he lacks in terms of power, because it's kind of a no-brainer that forearms Humongousaur are definitely stronger.
hmm
Like, you know, Armadillo makes up for it with sheer like,
Versatility, yeah.
yeah, he can just do whatever he wants. I think again, it's another case of me remembering extremely poorly, but I think he tussled against Luma. I don't remember.
I think I know what you're talking about. He might have. I think he ended up losing, but like he
Yeah.
still fought her, which like the whole female Tetramans are stronger than males and stuff. So like that's impressive.
Yeah, he was bound to lose, like regardless, but like still, it's like he's got some impressive feats behind him, man. There's like a lot of scenes that most of them is just him digging, but I think he even he tussled with like Ultimate Kevin once, if I remember correctly. He managed to like
Deserved.
shoulder charge him and actually shove him back, which like that's some good stuff, man. Like
I mean, he is a super strength alien, so like he
yeah.
should be able to do stuff similar to Forearms and Humongousaur, just not nearly as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
just like
I love him. I love him
yeah,
so
he's a
much.
great alien. If I had to
He
place him,
is.
I would. He's definitely an A tier alien. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm going out on a limb because I do love Armadillo a lot, but I don't love him more than Forearms. But I would place him behind Forearms and
Hmm.
above Ultimate Humongousaur because Armadillo really is. He's such a good alien. Like they did well with like him entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I just don't like him more than a few. I mean, he is good.
I mean, yeah, I totally get it.
But like I say, I stick with my placement, like above Goop.
Mm-hmm.
So what say you, Grim?
I mean, I stand strong, man.
But where?
I do right above Accelerate.
Oh gosh, that's good.
Dang.
Well, that doesn't pull him to S tier, unfortunately for you.
No.
What if he said the top of S tier?
Then it would, yeah. But he already said so.
Dang.
I was gonna say, like I love him, I do, but I can't put him above Cannonbolt.
I'm trying to
No,
think of where.
Cannonbolt is one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. Dang it, Arson. I think you would win out again on this. I think he'd go right about here.
I mean, that I feel like that's where he goes anyways. I feel like again, if there was something that happened to him where he could like come in S tier, I feel like the only way he could be an S tier is if like they did him like they gave like an entire fight scene dedicated towards him and
Yeah.
him alone. But it's like just one of those things where Ben isn't the type to completely rely on one alien.
Mm-hmm.
At least to the point of Omniverse. Back in the old days, sure.
Right.
But
yeah, he did it all the time.
it was the only option he had.
All right, so there's this placement. He didn't dethrone the king of A, but he's right behind Forearms.
Mighty close.
Mighty close.
Very, very understandable.
The thing is if he would have placed it a further above Accelerate, he would have been probably king of A, and if he would have went like too much further up, he would have been bottom of S. So, but that's what it is. And so next our list is if you put Sly Stallone in a frog package, you'd get this guy.
Bullfrag.
Bullfrag. Okay, I love him. I do love him. I think it's funny that that the
He's got
princess,
personality going for him.
he
That's
really
literally
does.
all he has.
He really does. And then the empress or whatever really wants him like bad.
I can't lie, he has some extremely good like screen time. Like
Yeah, he
with
does.
the way he uses his tongue. Also very interesting to see like the peak incursion, since every incursion we saw is like bare bones. They were
Mhm.
treated extremely horribly. This is what they could have looked like if they were actually treated good.
Right. Yeah.
Had a good diet. They could have at least looked somewhat like Bullfrag, not completely, because obviously the peak of the species. But he he's just basically like a gimmick alien, but cool.
I don't think it'll get him too much in this list, but I really do like him. Like he's got a lot of personality, and he's got some good scenes in the Omniverse, and I
Love the voice, love
yeah,
the shades.
yeah. Like I just love that they try to make him like he was like a Sylvester Stallone type of character. Like it cracked me up. It's just I do love him. I don't think he should be placed very high because he doesn't really do much of anything. He does a
No.
few things, but like nothing like
He was mostly used as like an infiltration alien.
Yeah.
And that was it.
that was pretty much it. And it was great because like I said, the Empress just wanted him, like just was like in love with this dude. like and I love that about it. Because to me he looks like he's just a big frog. But
Because he is.
because he is, yeah. But I don't know. There's not much more we could say about him, to be honest. Let's ask Grim what he thinks.
He's got charm. That's pretty much it.
He's got a lot of charisma.
Yeah. He's got a lot of goofy scenes where he's the main man of the room and stuff. But he, like he said, he's just kind of there. I do like him, but I'll say it right now. I don't like him nearly as much as I like Artaguana. I'd say he probably goes behind Kick and Hawk. I don't know, because like I think it's really unique that like Assassin said, he's an infiltration alien, right?
I'm going to
find
be
it really
brutally
interesting.
honest. I'm going to be brutally honest. D tier.
And the sad thing is
Really?
I actually agree with you. Like,
Okay.
I thought
Like,
I would have been the
It's
odd man
one of
out.
those things I got in my head, rounding back around, because that's what we like to do here.
mhm.
Back to like, if they dedicated an entire episode to Bullfrag, which they kind of did,
Yeah, they kind of did.
but if they did it more, I could see this guy as like the 007 of the aliens.
Yeah.
Like infiltrating, smooth talking, like he's got the moves, he's got the voice, the shades.
The
Like
shades.
if Ben used them more as like an alien to like infiltrate or like because like it is shown that he can hide the Omnitrix emblem on aliens, with
Mhm.
like a command. He could like very well like be like just like the infiltration guy.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of wouldn't work considering he's notoriously known throughout the universe.
And that's the thing though, is like I said, I really like him, but he's kind of just there. And I hate that because look how many other ones that we've put just there, and
He's behind Crash Hopper. I do love Crash Hopper more than Bullfrag.
see, I was gonna say
But
above.
Yeah, there's the problem though. Like, there's the personality, because like Crash Hopper's done more, and I don't know. It's just
Well, the thing is, like, it's funny because you were talking about Arctaguana on this, and I actually think he has more screen time than Arctaguana did. Like altogether.
Oh, definitely.
Like as much as he
definitely.
was used in Omniverse, I'm pretty sure he has a whole lot more. But
it just doesn't feel like it.
I mean, Crash Hopper, you're not wrong about him either, Arson. Man, I don't want to put him. You know what? I'll agree with you on this one. but we still got to see. Grim says behind Kicking Hawk.
Chicken Hawk.
Chicken Hawk. Behind Kicking Hawk. And we say D tier, which is gonna push him into C tier, to be honest. And because
Probably like right behind Pesky Dust, right?
either
Something like that.
yeah, either behind Pesky Dusk or behind Ultimate Big Chill. I don't want to put him behind Ultimate Big Chill like at all. So he's gonna creep his way into C. Unfortunately, and fortunately, because I do like the character, I really do. I say he goes right about here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that would be about right here.
You're looking stacked.
C tier is stacked. Like,
Oh, why would you put so many aliens in C tier? You guys are cowards.
we tried to put this one in D, but Grim trumped us again. No,
I thought I was gonna lowball him.
yeah. Well, we were talking pretty high about him because the talking, like the way he is, like if it was just that and he had a little bit more to him, I would say easy B or A tier for me. But he doesn't really do anything. He infiltrates, like you said, and that's a good quality. But I don't know. I do love his voice. The shades give him a lot of extra for me. I just love it. I love the green, like triangle-esque shades. But other than that, I don't know. So yeah, he lands in C. There's been a lot of C tier today, like 3 of them, or 3 or 4. Hold on, how many did we do? Let's see. So far, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. There's been 4 additions to C tier today. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so that brings us to our next one. And who might that be, Arson?
Gut Rut.
Gut Rut. That dude. He is something else.
Got a Joe Pesci-like accent.
You gotta love that, I mean,
Joe Pesci.
he's not a bad alien to me. I feel like, he was used about midway through Omniverse. He wasn't used early on, was he? He was more midway, right? I think.
It was basically near the end of Omniverse.
Yeah. So
he was used and appeared.
So he didn't
basically making him one of the last aliens we ever saw from the original timeline until reboot.
Right. And I don't know. I like him, but there's no way he has the screen time or anything else to be really high up ranked. You'd have to
quite a bit.
He did. Okay, go ahead. Explain. Maybe change my mind.
He showed up in the Animo episode. I think that's when he first appeared.
Yes. On the street, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and he concocted sleeping gas. Now, the one thing with Gut Rot is that he needs to know what he's mixing to, expel it. And that gives more credence to how smart Ben is, because he literally, he has to know what element he's cooking up inside Gut Rot to mixing them together so he knows what to dish out. And that unironically makes Gut Rot one of the more OP aliens, because he could just concoct whatever he wants. He could concoct acid gas and just kill you, which
Agreed.
Ben wouldn't do, but it's something he can do.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has got some massive potential, and I do like his design as well. It kind of is almost like an Echo situation where you're not even sure if is that is he an alien, or is that a suit containing the alien? Is the alien itself the gas?
Right. I think it's the suit. I think he's just the alien. But I mean, he's
also used by I think Benzaro in the Ben 10, when they all fought the Ben 10 War.
Mm-hmm.
Hopping fresh off the Invincible War. But he was only used by Benzaro. I think that was the only alien he used. I think he was used again, like when they were fighting one of the wave beds. If I remember.
I think so. Yeah. I think
He
you're
was
right.
used there, and I think he was used one more time, but I don't remember when. But yeah, he again, he didn't have much screen time, which yeah, like you're right on that. But like still, like when he was shown, he did do something.
I mean, he was impactful for sure for what he did, because you're right. The potential
Because he
that
was
he has, he is so OP. You're not wrong. And, I had to remember that, to be honest. But man, his screen time, that's lacking big time. And we've graded some like further down the list because of that. But I do agree with you. He has the potential to be like one of the best aliens because he is very overpowered and like yeah. Um, what say you, Grim?
I love the fact that the Omnitrix is his mask. I think that's a really cool detail.
Yeah,
Um, I'm fairly neutral on him. I think he's a cool alien. I like his design. It's the same it's the same kind of case with Lodestar where I really like the design. I'm pretty whatever on the power. Like it's cool. It's
Mhm.
cool. I like it more than Lodestar's power, but it's not like the reason I like him. You know what I mean?
Mhm. All right. So with all that out of the way, Arson, where would you place him?
Oh man, the Joe Pesci accent really sends him far. Dude,
afraid to place him low.
I would honestly have to put him behind Wildvine.
Really?
He's cool. And I guarantee he would have had a lot more screen time if they didn't cancel like freaking the continuation.
I agree with that too. But what ifs, um
From what we
I
have
was
seen,
thinking B.
he's good. He is good
I was
in
thinking B,
terms of
but I don't
power.
know about that high. I mean, Wildvine's pretty low, but
I like his design, honestly. The design, the voice,
mhm.
and when he does show up, he does do stuff.
And he only has the one design to go off of, so we can't sit there and be like,
He's kind of like Pesky Dust, but more endearing to me in the sense that like it's basically a win alien,
yeah,
depending on the enemy, but like it's basically like a free win. Like that's literally it.
yeah,
That's what Gutrot is, except he's more cooler.
more cooler. Sorry,
He can mix up whatever he wants, man.
that's true.
Mix up some kryptonite gas.
I was just questioning your English. That's all. Anyways, all right. So Grim, what about you? You say you're pretty indifferent, but would you agree with the
Um,
B? Like possible? Like, did you say behind Wildvine or above?
I said behind Wildvine.
Okay, okay.
I'll be honest. I don't think I like him more than Amphibian. I do like him more than Lodestar, but I don't think I like him more than Amphibian.
Gotta think
Yeah.
of Joe Pesci. What about freaking
Hey, what about
Prism
me? Huh?
Man? Yeah, what about Prism Man?
I mean,
I think Chromastone's better. Um,
I could give you that B, to be honest. To be honest.
To
If
be
for any
honest.
if for anything else, not to put another freaking alien in C. So um oh man, do I think he's above or below Chromastone? That's the question. Because wherever that is, that's where he's going to be placed. So my decision will be where he's
the
placed.
tiebreaker. Yeah.
Uh, I actually think he does have. Well, like I do like Chromastone, I really do. But with Gutrot's potential and what we've seen in a short time with him, I will give you that much. I will give you right above Chromastone. Mainly because I do like him. He's a little strange, but the things he can concoct is absolutely like terrifying to what he could do. It would be kind of cool to see the evil side of that one. You know what I mean? Like like if there was a continuation, have, one of his race members, you know, be evil and face off against him. That'd be kind of cool. We just didn't get a lot of screen time with him, and it's unfortunate because he was brought in towards mid to end of Omniverse. But yeah. All right, so B is where he is. And that leads us to the final one of this, and it is an ultimate. And to tell you who he is, let me just say this. Have you ever seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? He looks like Professor Honeycutt as the robot. Like, to be honest. But we're talking
Reminds
about
me of that one Batman Beyond villain. What was his name? Shriek?
Oh yeah, he kind of does. But it's Ultimate Echo Echo. And I truly want Grim to start us off on Ultimate Echo Echo.
You're not gonna like what I have to say.
Oh, well, I mean, that's par for the course, so continue.
All right. I think that Ultimate Echo Echo is single-handedly the greatest alien in the entire franchise. I think he goes above Diamond Head.
You're full of crap. Whatever.
Nope, I am not joking. I am not joking.
How are you gonna go from Echo Echo?
I love Ultimate Echo Echo so much because if you remember, I think normal Echo Echo, his powers are cool. I think the powers are cool.
You just didn't like it
get
visually.
past the design.
Yeah.
I can't get past the design. Ultimate Echo Echo single-handedly is all he does is aura farm. When he was about to kill Kevin, that peak cinema. He he is single-handedly the coolest alien in the entire franchise. I can't. He has to be above Diamond Head. I can't, dude. He's so cool.
That was a huge leap. I really did not expect that at all. Like, and that's true. He did say that he loved his powers, that he's cool, but his visuals just lacked. And I can't disagree on him with the Ultimate Echo Echo because he is visually stunning. I love how he looks. But above Diamond Head?
Cool. Genuinely, I do. Like, I love Diamond Head. I really do. Diamond Head is like in my top five. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one is Echo Echo. Or no, Ultimate Echo Echo.
You heard it, guys. You heard it.
No.
It's on
Number
tape.
one is Ultimate Echo Echo. I love Ultimate Echo Echo. So the blue, the design, the fact that instead of clones, he has discs now. He's so cool.
All right. So before we go any further, I got to check and make sure Arson's still alive after that because he laughed so hard. I was afraid that he just perished. Arson, are you okay?
No, you're not gonna like what I have to say.
Here we go. All right, Arson.
After much contemplation, Grim, I know we both have come to the agreement that Ultimate Echo Echo is one of the greatest ultimates in the roster, bar none. But I would have to say,
because of spite.
because of spite, he goes right with Echo Echo.
No, he goes Ultimate Walmart.
I'm gonna have to say he goes. No, I'm just kidding with you. I do agree he goes into S tier.
But where?
I don't think he goes at the top of the list.
Me either.
He goes I would say he goes behind.
Let's see if you're thinking the same thing I am.
Well, now that you said it, I won't.
That's true.
I think he goes above. Accelerate.
Interesting. I had him lower.
That's a.
Yeah. So I had.
Well, I'm not gonna deny he had feet, man.
Name
He
him. Let's change my mind.
Contained a nuke for one.
Again, when he was gonna kill Kevin, peak cinema. Peak cinema.
Not only. Okay, look. Going back on the Kevin thing, Kevin had all of Ben's alien strength on top of more freaking person strengths on top of that. He
Mhm.
drained Alan. He drained Gwen a good bit. He was going around hunting down the plumber kids and some other freaking. I think he drained some freaking why did I forget the realm place again? Yeah, he drained a lot from the Null Void. He drained from the plumber kids. He drained from what was his name? The guy who drained from the Andromeda 5. That's how Ultimate Kevin started in the first place.
Yeah. What was his name?
You kind of remember him, right,
but-
Phoenix?
Yeah.
The scary horn dude. Not really horned. He kind of had little horns sticking out, but like he drained the Andromeda 5, was planning to drain an alien X, like a baby Celestial Sapien. Kevin, though, to stop him, drained, he went crazy again. He went Ultimate Kevin. Started draining all of Ben's aliens, and then drained him, and then went on that whole rampage. And then, like, that's all of that strength. Ultimate Echo waxed him in less than 5 minutes.
Second.
Yeah,
Less
the
than
second.
Just immediately. Ben was ready to turn him into liquid paste.
That's what would have happened if he didn't have that durability.
Yeah.
Kevin threw a tank at him, and Ben just threw 2 discs and annihilated the tank in no time flat. Like, it was just an inconvenience.
Man, I can't put him above freaking my boy. I just can't.
And he contained the nuke. Like he like it's actually started with Echo normally.
Mhm.
Like 3 normal Echoes were holding a nuclear explosion back for a bit, if I remember. And then it proved to be a little bit too much, so he switched to Ultimate to carry the nuke out into space to detonate it by that.
Yeah, I remember that. I do. But man,
and that's to say, like, he that wasn't like his only screen time either. He's shown up a lot of other times. Now, granted, not all of them were great. I remember pretty well that the Swarm Queen had him on his knees.
Yeah.
We love plot holes.
Yeah, it's kind of
But-
weird that, like, she was putting her nanomechs into his, like, mouth, and, like, he was saying, "My lungs," or something like that, even though, like, isn't Echo pure sound?
He
I don't
developed
know.
lungs to make more sound.
The thing with Ultimate Echo as well is, like, it's not sound, it's vibration.
Right.
And vibration will kill you if it's violent enough.
Man,
It got so good that he had to come back for Omniverse. Granted, it was Albedo again. That was
Right.
the only way Ultimates could return. And that design is a bit of a hit or miss with a lot of people as well. A lot of people definitely like the more sleeker design
I like
of
that it's
Ultimate
red.
Alien.
Like,
And
with the
Albedo
redness.
like Albedo has like wires connecting to his things. Like it's like more of a rugged look for Ultimate Echo.
I do like both. I'm a bigger fan of OG, of original Ultimate Echo, but
Mhm.
I still like the creative liberties taken with Omniverses.
I mean, they brought him back, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Look.
yeah, they brought him back already.
The thing is I have a hard time putting him above Wrath. Like, big time.
And that's fully understandable. It really is.
And originally, like I think you have talked me up a little bit, but originally I was going to put him behind feedback. But I think I can go at least above Big Chill. I think. I don't know.
Understandable.
I cannot put him that far ahead.
It's a lot of high praise for an ultimate alien, but
Yeah.
like he is like when people think about the ultimates, like he is one of the top dogs. Like one of the best. Like aside from Swampfire and Humongousaur, like Ultimate Echo Echo is like the best ultimate, bar none.
I wish they could have worked things out and actually been able to him be able to use the ultimate still. You know, that would have been cool.
Yeah. The thing is though, like it wasn't made for war. That's the whole thing. That's like that was the whole point that Azimuth was trying to say.
Yeah.
The ultimates, like with Albedo and like the Ultimatrix, like the Omnitrix is not meant for war. It is supposed to be used for peace. It is supposed to bring back extinct species. It's supposed to like show and tell people and let them know how to feel walking in another person's like shoes, or in this case appendages or whatever have you. The Ultimatrix wasn't supposed to be, well, a big thing. I know Azimuth was working on it kind of, but like it was just more of like it's not supposed to be something that needs to be. So like in some cases the ultimates are kind of like unwanted children.
Yeah. So okay. With what we just said, did you say above or below?
I said
Accelerate.
above. I said above Accelerate. Swampfire has more sauce.
Yeah. All right. So with that, you know, we got Grim taking him first place, top of the barrel. I've got him 9 spaces back, and so halfway through it would be right here, but because of Arson's choice, he would actually go right there. So he's right above XLR8. Man, I see your guys' side to things, and it's funny because you know where Arson put him and where you put him, like Arson talked him up probably more than you did, and he still was like,
he did.
Yeah, and he's like, you know, this is his place, and I kind of agree with that, but I still think he
design capabilities.
Oh.
Like the thing is with Ultimate Echo Echo is like he showed what he's capable of. It isn't like one of those things where like with most aliens here, like they definitely show potential. They definitely have like the power, but it's never shown. Echo Echo, the moment he goes up against Ultimate Kevin, he doesn't slack. He doesn't do anything fancy. He gets straight to business.
Yeah.
And that really cements him in a lot of people's minds as a humongously memorable alien.
And he is. I agree. But I just, man, it's hard for me. Like, I was sitting there before you guys even said anything. I was like, well, he does seem like he'd be S tier. However, I don't put him above feedback. And then from what you guys were sitting there saying, like, I'm like, well, like, I don't know. I still think he's S tier. But I will settle for where he is because that's the way we've been doing it, right? So that's the way we're going to continue to do it. And as of right now, Wrath is safe in third. Although I do feel like there are some ahead of us that could dethrone him from third place, take him off the. It's unfortunate, but it's yeah. So guys, right now you guys on the YouTubes, on the tube of views, should be seeing what it looks like right now, our tier list. And yeah, so we're done with this episode. We've got 3 left, and we got some good ones coming up. We saved some good ones, and then of course that last one with the yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Like literally an alien that is just an X that's purple. Whatever.
Whatever.
Aliens.
Whatever. So that being said, I want to thank you guys for again being here, sitting through this, and if you guys want to let us know what you think of our picks, then tough. Just sit on it and keep it to yourself because we don't care. I'm kidding. We do care. If you want to place a comment down, letting us know where we placed certain people in C and that we're trash for it or whatever, please at least keep it clean. But let us know that you disagree with it. Anybody else?
I'm definitely not disagreeing. This list is a mess.
This list is a mess, but it's all good. Anyways, if you guys want to know more about From the Ashes podcast, just click on that link in the description, and hopefully one of the links work. So on that, we got 3 left, guys. I'm excited.
3 episodes remain.
3 episodes remain. But on that note, I want to thank again Arson and Grim for being here, and we'll see you guys next week.